Has the perfect day at Coco K become just a little bit too expensive? Carnival almost doubling prices for cabanas at its private island. And cruisers on Royal's Liberty of the Seas, well, they're going to be missing a port or two due to rough seas and bad weather. We're going to talk about that on today's show and a whole lot more. Controversial cruise news coming up next. Has Carnival gone too far? What do I mean? Now, if you've ever sailed Carnival and have gone to one of their private islands, Mahogany Bay is one of them in Roatan, Honduras. Coco Cay, the perfect day at Coco Cay in the Bahamas is another one of them. If you've ever sailed there before, in 2000, let's say 22, or even post COVID, so 2019. Most of those cabana rentals that you could get for just a few hours. You rent them for a few hours, you have snacks, you have some food, you have some drinks, you have some AC, and you have a wonderful view of the ocean in this wooden house shack cabana, let's just say. So you rent that for a few hours, and it's all wonderful and well and good, but a few years ago, you were able to get this cabana for just about, let's say, give or take, at Coco Cay or in the Bahamas, you were able to get it for about $360 last year. This year, right now, currently, $700. Almost double. Almost double. The cabanas, the double cabanas, in Honduras, Mahogany Bay, they are well over 1,000, and they were somewhere around $5.99 last year, or for like $5.50 for $5.99, almost double. Now cruisers are saying, what is causing this cost? This doubling of cost. It can't just be labor issues. It can't just be shortage in materials and food and all this other stuff. It can't just be inflation. But let's take a step back and let's look at it. Right? There's many things that are going to go into this price hike. Right? There's more cruisers now than ever before. So supply and demand. Right? Carnival knows what they have. They are a business. People are going to say, oh, well, how awful for Carnival to do this and price gouge. But guess what? Carnival is in the business of making money. So they know they have these cabanas, and they're going to rent them no matter what. They're going to rent them, whether they're $1,000 or whether they're $500. So why not make them $1,000? Because every cruise that goes to these ports, they're sold out, right? As cruisers are continuing to cruise more, right, and start to know about these ports and about these cabana rentals, right, there's other things that we can do as cruisers that aren't just renting these cabanas. So again, the supply and demand has a lot to do with the cruisers. They don't want to go too far from the port, or they see the cabana rental being the easiest and the closest to the cruise port, so they know that they're going to make it back on the ship on time. So many of these things go into why the prices are raised. And of course, it's 2023 and the prices of everything are being raised. So there's another factor of why Carnival is just raising things. My question, and what I want to know to you, is, are the cabana rentals even going to affect you? Do you rent cabanas when you go off into Coco Cay or into Roatan, or do you do your own thing? I have never rented a cabana, and I probably wouldn't, because I'm not a guy that really likes to lay on the beach. I'm more of an adventure person. I like to go out and I like to explore the port and see what the port has to offer. So the cabana was never really a thing that kind of drew me to the port. But interested to hear, leave a comment below if the hike in the cabanas are really messing with you and if you're not going to rent the cabanas because they're almost double the price. Cruise news story number 2. There has been some rough weather reported in the Bahamas. That's right. If you are on Royal's Liberty of the Sea right now, you probably know what I'm talking about. Royal's Liberty of the Sea just embarked on a 10-day sailing going towards the Bahamas. They were supposed to have a port day in Coco Cay and another port day in Nassau, Bahamas. They are now not going to be able to go to Nassau, Bahamas because of rough weather. They were supposed to be there Thursday, but no one, I hope no one, is going to Nassau, Bahamas on Thursday because there is going to be storms and nobody will be able to dock safely. So instead, Royal's Liberty of the Sea is going to Lebedi, Haiti instead. I don't know if any of you have been to Lebedi, Haiti. I have not. So if you've ever been on a royal cruise and cruise to Lebedi, please let the other people in the comments know what to do in the port. Followed by 2 sea days for them. So their itinerary is completely changed. Of course, nothing that you can do about it. If you're on the ship, you kind of just got to roll with the punches. But have you ever been on a ship where the weather was so bad that itineraries had to be changed or ports had to be canceled? I was once. It was out of New Orleans. It was the Carnival Elation, I believe. I think it was the Elation. And we actually had to cancel Cozumel, Mexico because it was so bad of a storm that was about to hit the coast of Mexico, and we were not able to dock. So we ended up actually just having another sea day before having to go back to port. So it is a bummer. It happens. It stinks. But let me know in the comments below if you have ever been on a cruise where you had to have itineraries changed. Bummer, it sucks, it happens, but sometimes you just gotta roll with it. And before we get into today's last story, I am going to invite you to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you don't, today's spell is going to be on your next cruise. If you don't smash that like button right now, smash that like button. You will not get any desserts that you like on board. That's right. No desserts. So if you don't like strawberry shortcake, guess what you're getting? You're getting strawberry shortcake. So avoid that. Hit that like button. And then you can have all the chocolate cake you want. Or strawberry shortcake. Or cheesecake. Or cannolis. Or donuts. Or ice cream. Now I'm hungry. Okay, back to the cruise news. This story comes from actually one of my favorite YouTubers, Tony from Lalito Loca. If you don't know, I'm going to put his channel right here. Tony from Lalito Loca. He is actually on a transatlantic cruise right now, going from New York all the way to Rotterdam, England. Rotterdam, England. A transatlantic. And the MS Rotterdam is actually celebrating their 150th anniversary there, their 150th birthday, in Rotterdam, England. So once they get off the boat, there's going to be a big celebration there to welcome the boat and welcome all of the cruisers there that have taken this voyage. So I hope, Tony, you are having a great time. I'm watching all of your videos and I'm watching your entire journey, but I am going to I'm going to actually just kind of share your story of what happened yesterday, because I thought that was kind of interesting, and I was also on a cruise where something like that did happen. So, on Tony's cruise last night, he was trying to get some footage of the production show there in the main theater, and as he was filming, I'll put a little clip here. As he's filming, one of the production people and the people that are in the show come over, and they put their hand over his camera and kind of grab his phone, and he said that they took his phone until the end of the play, until the end of the production, and then they gave it back to him after. What? Crazy. Now, most of the time, I will say, they do tell you before that recording, and especially flash photography, they may not say recording, but they kind of mean recording. Any recording to kind of really put your cell phone away before the show starts. That's again for like copyright rules and for choreography rules, for different moves and things like that. They don't want anybody recording the shows and then, of course, selling them on different platforms for money. Kind of a copyright infringement, if you say. But again, filming a little part of the production to show people in a community what the production show is like is not against the law or not against any kind of rights whatsoever. However, in this moment, the performer grabbed Tony's phone and took it, and he wasn't able to get it back until the end of the show, which is crazy. However, I was on a cruise about 5 years ago where that happened to a man that was in the audience. We were actually up on the second level, and one of the security guards came over midway through, and they asked him to delete the video, and they asked him to stop. He did get a little upset. He got a little heated, and there was more security that came, and they ended up taking him out of the auditorium, or out of the way of the show, because people started looking. And he ended up deleting the video, and he was very upset. So I don't know how I would feel if that happened to me. Again, I don't know if I'd be filming the entire thing. He was filming the entire thing. But again, if you're only filming little snippets here and there to kind of share, there's nothing really wrong with that. I mean, that's kind of how we find out things now on YouTube while we're watching videos of people that are taking cruises, right? Like watching through their experiences. So that's kind of a way to share our experiences, right? Kind of through our cell phones now. So interested to hear what you think. Leave a comment below. Tony, I'm glad you got your cell phone back. I can't wait to see the rest of your journey. And guys, I'm going to leave that here for today's show. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget about the giveaway. I am going to pick the giveaway winner in number 7, so that is the next episode. Just kind of letting some traction and letting some people still be able to comment on episode number 5 for the giveaway. That's episode number 5. Go back, watch the last episode to get in that giveaway.